Good evening, everyone, and welcome to This Week from Rockdale, the Sunday edition with Larry Cox. Glad to have all of you here today. I'm going to say hi to some folks real quick before we get started talking about some things that are happening here and there in Rockdale County. Megan Walker, nice to have you. James Corbett, nice to have you. Charlotte Geller, great to see you tonight, Charlotte. William Campbell, Bill Campbell, nice to have you here tonight, Bill. Laura Skelton, hey, Laura, great to have you here. Mary Boysworth, great to have you here tonight. Mary and Clayton Orwig. Clayton, great to have you here tonight. Well, if you guys want to share the show and like the show so we can build the audience, that'll be a great thing. And with Father's Day, I wasn't certain how many people we're going to have on the show tonight, but I'm glad to have everybody that's willing to tune in tonight, and we're excited to have the audience. Excited to talk about some happenings here in Rockdale County. Good evening, Catherine Lynn. Glad that you decided to join the show also this evening. So Dan Burks is here. So we got some people arriving in here a little bit late, but well, not late, just getting started. So I'm just ranting and running my mouth, but I want to first of all take an opportunity to wish every father that is tuning in, and if you're not tuning in, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. So happy Father's Day, everybody, and hope you enjoy your day. So first thing I want to talk about is we had I think the week before, you had the planning commission, and they had there were some people presented a plan to the planning and zoning committee about opening up a drinking spot at the location formerly known as Diggy's Diggy's Grill that sits right beside Hooters over here off the access road. So at the planning and zoning, it was approved on a 3-2 vote to be presented for approval moving forward. Then they had the meeting this past week. The mayor was not present, so you just had the members of the city council present, mayor not there. So the city council voted not to say no. They voted to table the issue, to learn more about it. They wanted to wait for the mayor to be at the next meeting before they could take this issue up on a yes or no vote. So some people were out there prematurely saying that they had defeated this issue. I've done a little bit of research into this issue, and the police department have come to the affirmative. They've approved this plan. Planning and zoning have approved this plan. I will find it interesting at the end of the day if this plan's not approved. Me personally, I don't think we need an establishment like this. But at the end of the day, if these individuals would decide to file a suit, I think they would have good grounds to actually win the suit. Just saying, guys. I mean, don't want to upset anybody out there, but just going to tell you what I personally think. I think that they might have the upper hand on this. So we'll just wait and see what happens. I mean, I know this was opposed. I know that it passed. Yep, it's a franchise. It's a hookah bar or whatever how you say that. But I think they have a security plan that will fit the needs of what they say. Oh, Daniel, I agree 100%. I don't agree with it, but I believe that and they don't say they're going to do illegal substances because you can do regular tobacco and flavored tobacco and all that such in that vaporized crap also. So I'm gonna find it interesting to see what goes on there. They have an interesting strategy. They have an interesting game plan. They have a security plan moving forward. I find it going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I don't really have a dog in the hunt there, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, yeah, they didn't even mention that aspect, Catherine. You're right, and I think it's going to be an interesting thing that happens with this part of this. So like I said, I think we'll see. I think we'll see at the end of the day what happens with this. But I've got a feeling once the mayor comes back and, 'cause like I said, remember they voted to table it. They didn't say no, and that's what we have to remember. They voted to table, and they didn't say no. So that's the interesting part about this. Was not a vote now. The people that spoke against it, they did come out. They came out with a delay at best, not a victory right now. Not saying they won't get a victory in the end of the day, but I I would find it surprising that they would. So we'll just see how that. Uh, yeah, Alex, I didn't. That doesn't surprise me with that comment. Just to let you know. So but at the end of the day, guys, I think I think a lot of times it's hard to restrict business, especially when they follow the rules, follow the law, but with this particular business, they come up with a security plan that actually fits the needs of the security. And when we talk about that stretch of road right there, guys, just want to let you know, there are no residents over there. That's a business little business area. There are not a whole lot of businesses over there. It's right on the access road, right there adjacent to the interstate. So it's a very interesting situation there. I mean, it's sort of out of the way. It's you've got some hotels there. You've got some medical things down the road from there. You've got the Hooters there. Uh, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I think at the end of the day, that's going to be a hard one to actually beat at the end of the day. I think I see that passing at the end of the day. Now there's a hotel built across from it and behind it, Charlotte. So there's two hotels there. So I mean, it's not residential. And then one of the hotels is an extended stay that's in that area, and that's sketchy in itself. Just being real, like they are. Extended stays are sketchy as the day is long. I do not put my crews up at extended stays because they're just a bad environment, and you're looking for any. I mean, just they are extended stay hotels are a bad environment, and I'll stand by that statement. And anybody who's been around them, if you're honest, you'll say the same thing. Extended stay hotels are a bad environment. Just something you don't want in your community. So the extended stay hotel, in my opinion, that's right behind the Hooters, is more damaging and potentially more harmful to the community than that bar thing would be. So like I said, I'm not into that scene, guys. I don't go to bars. Don't smoke the stuff or any of that crap either. But I mean, you can't legislate morality, guys. And then I think that's something we're going to have to start understanding in America is you can't legislate morality. Uh, People just do stupid stuff and they do bad things and harm themselves. So you can't legislate that out. And then I think we've got to realize that. So that's that. I'm going to quit talking about that now because I can end up getting myself in trouble and just dig deeper into the hole there. So what I'm going to talk about next is Kenny Johnson. So the court ordered this week that Kenny Johnson to pay $25,300 in legal fees. So last year, Kenny Johnson had sued the city, sued the governor. He sued about everybody in the world, saying they weren't following rules and regulations that were set forth by the Soil and Conservation Committee. So Kenny was the previous chairman of that committee. Now, that committee is 3 elected individuals and 2 appointed individuals. During COVID, they were having virtual meetings like everybody else. So once the governor lifted his emergency order and they went back to having in-person meetings, Mr. Johnson refused to attend the in-person meetings. The rest of the committee of the supervisors began having in-person meetings when Mr. Johnson refused to quorum with them. So the rest of the committee moved on with their business. They elected a new chair, and they hold their meetings in person. Mr. Johnson continued to hold his meetings virtually with no one in attendance. I think he eventually appointed his own member, which attends with him or something, which is not, you're not allowed to do. I think the governor has to make those appointments. So, so from what I gather is once the board started meeting in person and reconvened, then you've got this conflict where Mr. Johnson is still going around saying that he's the chairperson, and the district, the other supervisors have went ahead and went about their business. They're meeting in person, and they've elected their own chairman, David Shipp. So Mr. Johnson is he's on an island by himself. He's pretending he's in charge and all this and that, till still passing himself off as the chairperson and all that when he's not. So I mean that's something for them to deal with. Now, just to let you all know, those positions, those 3 elected positions, are on the ballot this November, and we have 5 individuals, I believe, running for those 3 positions. So, do your research, look who's on there. I believe Mr. Kilichik is running, Mr. Tom Harrison is running, Mr. Jacob Bailey is running, Mr. Johnson is running for re-election, and then we have someone else, and I don't know their name. So it is what it is. If you want to tell me your name, I'll say your name, but I don't know your name. So you've got those 5 individuals running for those 3 elected positions, and then you've got 2 positions that will be appointed. So Clayton, are you on the ticket too? So Clayton's on the ticket too. So that's 6 people on the ticket. I do know Clayton, so I'll say Clayton's name. So, but isn't there another individual running, George, besides that, that's affiliated with Kenny? Thought there was, but no, that we've got 5 or 6 individuals running for that position, and that'll be interesting when we got these folks running for that position. So we'll see how that turns out, and we'll see what saga continues with Mr. Johnson. So possibly even if Mr. Johnson loses, he'll say that Kenny's appointee, which is yet to be named. He's nameless. The nameless appointee is running. So we've got all those folks running. So, I would say even if Kenny loses, he's going to say he won and still have his own board. I really say that'll happen. Even if he loses, he won't acknowledge the voters' will, and he'll have his own board and his own members. That's what I think will happen. So, hey, what kind of nonsense has been going on so far? So why not carry it that far? That's what I believe will happen, and it probably will. So that's enough with Kenny Johnson and that nonsense. So it's that's been very interesting to watch, and we'll see how that plays out this summer and this fall. I also want to make sure everybody's aware that we do have an election in Rockdale County on Tuesday. We have some Democrat statewide runoffs, and locally we have our Board of Education runoff, where we have former board member Tony Dowdy trying to get back on the board, and we've got political newcomer Jamie Jones trying to take that seat. Just been hearing the pulse on the ground out there. I wouldn't be surprised if Janie doesn't come out on top of this race this coming Tuesday. So we'll see what happens with that. But just let everybody know, if you've not voted, go and vote in this nonpartisan race. Let your voice be heard. Choose the school board member. Remember, the school board is a very, very important board, and it's probably the most important board in the county, but flies under the radar. The school board oversees a budget twice as 2 to 3 times bigger than that of the county board of the board of commission. The school board actually is the biggest taxer of property and citizens in the county. So the school board actually levies more taxes than the county. They have a much bigger budget than the county. So the school board is the entity that actually spends the majority of the money in Rockdale County. And we have one of the most dismal school systems in the state of Georgia. We also have, per student, one of the highest per student budgets per student of any school district in the county also. So Rockdale County does not get the bang for their buck per student here in this county from what we get taxed. So it's very important that we look at these races. And in 2 years, we got 5 of these seats up for grabs. I hope that at that point that we do the right thing. Charlotte, that's a trick question. They say 80 million, but is it really 80 million when the state is also kicking in and there's your state tax dollars that are also going back in there too? So yeah, it might just be 80 million, whatever locally. 82% goes to the BOE, 18% goes to the BOC. But this is the thing about it is, so what do we do? You know what I mean? Is it when we've got this school board that's spending all this money, and and it is all this county money allocated, but it's also state money allocated, which you and I also pay into that. So we're paying twice, once, twice, 3 times. We're paying a lot of money. So when we deserve a say, and we deserve some people on that board that will give us a little bit of tax relief sometime. So that's why I think that in 2 years we need to look at more of candidates who say they'll represent the citizens, the parents, and the students. So the citizens of Rockdale County need taken care of. I told you we looked at the other day the makeup of Rockdale County voters. 66% of Rockdale County voters are over 55 years old. And those voters over 65 are right at 36%. So the elderly are the largest population group in Rockdale County, and they make up the largest voting group in Rockdale County. So, so these folks need to realize who they're taxing and how they're taxing them. Because when you have an older population like this and you're hammering them with taxes like this, there's only so much that you can get out of them. There's only so much that the elderly can bleed before you start causing them to have to go on life support. Because they only have so much blood. And when you start taking too much blood, then people start bleeding out. And that's what's going to happen to the senior citizens here in Rockdale County, because not only is the Board of Education going to take your money over the next couple of years, you've got the Board of Education, you got the Board of Commission, and you got the city. All of them are going to be coming after your money. And this is the thing, guys. We are in some hard economic times here. I went to the grocery store this weekend and spent a couple $100, and you know what? A year and a half ago, that couple $100 wouldn't have been $80-90. Seriously, spent over $200, and really, you don't see $200 when you come out of that store, and then you talk about filling the gas and the fuel for your vehicle up. Year and a half ago, I would have filled my vehicle up for $40, $130 to fill that vehicle up now. 40-some bucks a year and a half ago, $130 today. And those prices are only going to get worse. Inflation it's here to stay for a bit, guys, and we are going to hit a recession if we're not already in the recession when analysts actually throw some numbers together. They don't want to report those numbers before the midterms because things already look dismal enough for the ruling parties. So they don't want to even look even worse when it comes down to that. But I think we're already in a recession. I really do. I think we're already in a recession. Inflation is crazy. Fuel prices are crazy. Food is crazy. Talk to different people that are in the food industry. Talked about many different items that they feel we're going to have shortages of here in the coming months. So it is crazy, guys. So and then you've got these governments that are being elected and overseeing the county that they do not see this, and they just go right ahead with this rampant spending, hiring, and just overpricing. What's going to happen? What's going to happen here in a year from now? In a year from now, they're going to have major layoffs and cutbacks. What's going to happen? It is, you heard it here. I'm telling you guys, it's what's going to happen. Major layoffs and cutbacks because they are not going to be able to afford this because you are not going to be able to afford to pay those taxes. Because, guys, we're coming down to people are going to decide between food and medicine and different things, and it is going to get tough here in this country. It's going to get tough in the state of Georgia. It is going to get tough in Rockdale County. It is going to get tough in Conyers, Georgia. Those are the facts. Don't let these characters sugarcoat it. They are not preparing for what's happening, and they aren't even talking about what's happening. You know what, guys? Realistically, they should put this courthouse nonsense on hold right now because it doesn't make sense to go and do this kind of building when we've got this economy that's looming and what it's looking like at us right now. So, guys, we need to just stand strong, go and speak out, let this government know what's going on. Charlotte said some are not running their AC because of the electricity cost. And we've got 2 days this week that are going to be triple digits. We've got midweek this week, we're going to have triple digit temperatures. So please, those who are vulnerable, make sure we keep an eye on the elderly this coming midweek, because with these kind of temperatures that, the elderly can't handle those kind of temperatures. So let's just keep a watch out after each other. Really watch your outdoor activities. Watch what you're doing. Let's keep an eye on the elderly. Let's take care of each other during this heat wave. I know we had a little bit of a cool down this weekend, but we are going to have some triple digit temperatures coming at us this week, and we really need to take care of each other and watch out after each other. So I just want to thank you. Also, guys, Juneteenth, just want to say, happy Freedom Day out there, Juneteenth. And then also we've got July 3rd coming up. We have got the Red, White, and Boom Festival celebration coming up in Old Town Conyers. Could be the last one for a while if these characters go through with this crazy building a complex in Old Town, because it will virtually shut that Old Town down with this building and this construction project. So this could be the last year of this being held there for a while if we move forward with this project. So just want to let you know, this is the last thing I'm going to cover. I told you guys we probably would not have a long show tonight. 30 minutes will cover this, but we're going to have the Red, White, and Boom Festival or celebration in Old Town Conyers on July the 3rd. And that will be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. There will be overflow parking on Parker Road, and they will have shuttles running, I think, from 5:30 to 10:30. So we will have overflow parking on Parker Road. Those places they're going to be. One of them will be at the 1400 Parker Road, the facility that the Board of Commission gave away for $10 a month and screwed the citizens of Rockdale County out of their most valuable piece of property. If this would have been a corporation, those three people would have been fired immediately. That's how the real world works. But we reward these characters by reelecting them and throw them under my ticker tape parade. That's what we do. You know, that is what we do. We go reelect them, throw them a ticker tape parade. So, am I getting a little sarcastic tonight? Might be the heat affecting me. I think it might be, frying my brain a little bit, getting on to me. So, it is what it is, guys. But red, white, and boom. Just some people that represent the Rockdale voter group will be out there with some petitions to request a forensic audit for the BOC to have their books audited. So we are in conjunction, the Rockdale voter group, in conjunction with former Chairman Richard Odom. We are doing that to rally the troops, rally the county in requesting a forensic audit so we can know what's really happening with the finances and the money. Since our own financial director has said that we don't know how to spend money and those in charge don't do a very good job at it. He said that. I thought it, but I'm not the financial director. Coming from the financial director should carry a little more weight. Just say, but most of you don't think they know what they're doing either. Yeah, hell, they don't know what they know they don't know what they're doing. That's the sad thing about it is they know they don't know what they're doing. And keep doing it. Well, guys, I've ranted and raved here for about 30 minutes. That's enough. I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight on the Sunday edition of This Week from Rockdale. I will see if there's anything important that happens midweek, and if there is, we will have a show. If not, I'll put out that the show is postponed, and we will have a Sunday show next week. But anything that happens here during the summer that warrants a midweek report, we'll schedule it, put it out there, and let you know we're having the midweek report. So the midweek report will be on a as-needed basis, but the Sunday edition will be every Sunday. Election results, yeah, we might come on and just say what the election results are. Charlotte, that could happen. I might be doing a little traveling Wednesday too, so I might just post it, but just see what happens with that. So, but guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a loyal audience, and with your help, we can spread the word of what's going on in Rockdale County. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you later.